Greetings, everyone, this evening. What a wonderful night to have a concert. I can't say not a cloud in the sky, but at least we don't have a threatening cloud in the sky. So please enjoy this weather. We're glad that you're here. We wouldn't obviously have a concert without you. I am Robin Myers. I'm one of the board members of the band, and I'll be your program moderator this evening. We have an eclectic group of people here on the stage. We are getting ready to go up north on a Harbor Springs, Charlevoix, Petoskey music tour to have the celebration at the Regatta up there in Charlevoix and the Venetian Festival. And we've asked some people to help join our band and increase our ranks. So if you see multiple colors up here in our band shirts, it's because we have people from the Warren Concert Band joining us, and we also have members from the Greater Windsor Band in Windsor, Ontario. So let's have a hand for our guests. Strike Up the Band is the title song for a musical interpretation of George S. Kaufman's satire about a proud American owner of a cheese factory who is outraged when Switzerland protests a tariff on imported cheese and convinces the U.S. government to declare war that he would finance. George and Ira Gershwin saw this as a wonderful opportunity to write in the style of Gilbert and Sullivan. The 1927 production never made it out of Philadelphia, as political satire was a hard sell even in an operetta style. The inevitable boy meets girl story did produce the classic love song, The Man I Love. So, audience, are you ready? Yeah. All right. Band, are you ready? Yeah. Woohoo! All right, strike up the band. The first legendary notes that spawned the blues and rock and roll rang out from Beale Street in Memphis, Tennessee, a city considered by many to be the home of blues and the birthplace of rock and roll. Haunting guitar licks like those of B.B. King still echo through the streets even on a quiet downtown night. It's official, Memphis likes the nightlife. It likes to boogie, and you will too, with the great live music as we present to you Beale Street Blues, which always was one of the highlights of concerts by the famous Canadian brass. David Marshall's adaptation of this great W.C. Handy blues piece includes ad-lib solos and some downright dirty Dixieland played by the entire band. Without further ado, Beale Street Blues.
You are, whoops.
Right on. There we go. Hi, welcome to our concert. I'm hoping you're enjoying this absolutely gorgeous night. It's perfect for a concert, isn't it? We have a lot of solos tonight that we're going to be featuring, and and very many outstanding musicians that we have. And one is our flutist, Robin Myers. She's been a member since of North Oakland Concert Band since 2003. And she is performing a piece by Stephen Bula, and it's called Rhapsody for Flute. Robin lives in Clinton Township and plays flute in multiple music organizations in the metropolitan Detroit area, as well as across the state of Grand Rapids. She had the privilege of attending Juilliard in the summer of 2001, studying with Janine Baxtresser, formerly of the New York Philharmonic, and has traveled internationally for music as a feature soloist since 2001 in Europe and China. Her highlight of these tours was being able to play at the Beijing Olympic opening ceremonies in 2008. And now, Rhapsody for Flute.
This is what happens when you're jack of all trades. Here we go. All right. A prodigious composer, George Gershwin, turned out popular songs for stage and screen, even more ambitious pieces for the concert hall, and the American folk opera Porgy and Bess. In the history of American music in this century, Gershwin is indisputably a giant. There is decidedly a sad side to the Gershwin story. The incredible, successful composer of popular songs grew contemptuous of what he considered conventional music and musicals. He was not very happy with this lavish living in Hollywood, which he once described as a place of overrated personalities and false priorities, where all they want are hit songs that one can whistle. Deciding to return to New York to concentrate on more serious music, he was cut down in his prime and died of a brain tumor in 1937. The ending was indeed tragic, but his life in this medley of 4 Gershwin favorites in a tribute to love remains an uncommon triumph in the legacy of his music. A Gershwin tribute to love. Virgin de la Macarena is the favorite Virgin of Seville, Spain, where the Basilica Macarena has an ornately beautiful statue of her likeness on display, complete with crystal tears falling down her face. During the Holy Week leading to Easter, travelers flock to Seville to witness the numerous processions of floats and to gaze upon the beautiful weeping statue. She is also considered the protector of bullfighters. One of Spain's most legendary matadors, Jose Ortega, presented the Virgin with 5 emerald brooches, hoping for protection. Well, it worked for 8 years, until he was gored to death in the ring. The statue still bears 5 brooches to this day. La Virgen de la Macarena is a traditional bullfighting song made famous by the great trumpet virtuoso Rafael Mendez. Many great players have performed the standard trumpet solo, including Doc Severinsen and the Canadian Brass. Please welcome our second soloist for the evening, Eric Kozlowski, who not only plays a mean trumpet, but he also sings and is a member of the NOCB's Dixieland Band. Olé! It's rather an obstacle course up here with all our wires and stands and people. All right. Good job, Eric. Man of La Mancha has been a long-running musical adapted from Dale Wasserman's non-musical 1959 teleplay I, Don Quixote, which was in turn inspired by Cervantes' 17th century masterpiece, Don Quixote. It tells the story of the Mad Knight, Don Quixote, as a play within a play performed by Cervantes and his fellow prisoners as he awaits a hearing with the Spanish Inquisition. The core of the musical is a Cervantes who questions whether true madness is to see life as it is and not as it should be. The original 1965 Broadway production ran for 2,328 performances and won 5 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The musical has been revived 4 times on Broadway, becoming one of the most enduring works of musical theater. Utilizing symphonic as well as driving Latin pop styles, arranger Justin Williams brings 4 of the most beloved numbers from the legendary musical to our concert stage tonight, including the powerful finale of The Impossible Dream. Georgia on My Mind is a song by Hoagie Carmichael and Stuart Gorell, closely associated with the cover version of Ray Charles, a native of Georgia, who recorded it for his 1960 album, The Genius Hits the Road. It became the official state song of the state of Georgia in 1979. The song was first recorded on September 15, 1930 in New York by Hoagie Carmichael and his orchestra with Bix Beiderbecke on muted cornet and Hoagie Carmichael on vocals. Tonight, it will be presented to you by none other than our silver fox of the NOCB, sax section George Sennett.
We're going to do Dixie after this.
All together.
The mics are over there.
Okay.
There's two over here and two over here. I got two mics here, two mics there.
Dixieland music, or New Orleans jazz, sometimes referred to as hot jazz or early jazz, is a style of jazz music which developed in New Orleans at the start of the 20th century and was spread to Chicago and New York City by New Orleans bands in the 1910s. Well-known jazz standard songs from the Dixieland era, such as Basin Street Blues and When the Saints Go Marching In, are known even to non-jazz fans. With its beginnings in riverboat jazz, Dixieland progressed to Chicago-style jazz, where hot jazz is developed by Louis Armstrong and others. Tonight we offer a collection of those famous jazz selections, which should get your hands clapping and your toes a-tapping.
Well, we sure are so excited to bring you this concert today, and I hope that you follow us. And I know a lot of you are our followers, our audience goers. But in case you aren't, you can always look us up on NOCB. That's North Oakland Concertband.org, and you can find or see our schedule. We have a great season that will open up in the fall, and we have a lot of exciting concerts to bring you. Our next piece, Lerner and Lowe in Concert, by Warren Barker. This name's Lerner and Lowe. The names Lerner and Lowe bring to mind a legendary team that gave the American musical theater some of its most memorable lyrics, engaging storylines, and powerful scores. Written in the style of musical theater overtures, this arrangement by Warren Baker brings us memorable songs from the great Broadway production of Lerner and Lowe. Included in this arrangement are the romantic I Could Have Danced All Night and Get Me to the Church on Time. From My Fair Lady, the screen adaptation of, that's from My Fair Lady. The screen adaptation of Collett's Gigi provided us with Thank Heaven for Little Girls and The Night They Invented Champagne. And the lavish production of Camelot included the lovely If Ever I Would Leave You. Here is Lerner and Lowe in concert.
The Black Horse Troop March was completed December 30th, 1924, at Sousa's Sands Point, Long Island estate. It was played for the first time 10 months later at a concert of the Sousa Band in the Public Auditorium in Cleveland, Ohio. The legendary band conductor Frederick Fennell was there and wrote, "I had not been to such as this. I remember that as Sousa's march was being played, Troop A rode onto the stage and stood behind the band to the tumultuous cheering of all." We all know Sousa has long been dubbed the March King, but how many of you knew he was a devoted horseman? Sousa enjoyed a long relationship with Cleveland, Ohio's National Guard cavalry, known as Troop A. In this march, he draws upon some special rhythmical resources, since the march was for horses and riders. Once again, his special comprehension of the thrilling spectacle of regimental movement produced a compelling musical experience for both the player and the listener, commanding our particular awareness of his use of trumpets and drums at various dynamic levels. We thank you for coming out tonight. It's been a privilege to be here in front of you, and thank you for sharing your night with us in this magical evening of musical favorites, and we hope you join us again at a future concert in this upcoming season. Again, visit us at nocb.org on our web for our full concert schedule. Thank you, and good night.